How's it going, people? And welcome back to the GalacticOz Podcast. We are back in the studio, lads. We had to come back here because doing the whole remote thing. It's cool and all. It's good. We get to drop some content. But we want to do it in person because some people have been missing for so long. Wallah.
I love it. I just laugh myself. You made yourself laugh.
Since they choked the title.
Since they choked the title, it's been such a long time coming. I made him sit down in the middle of two Arsenal fans because he ran away.
He blindsided me. He didn't tell me he was going to address this point.
Of course I'm going to address it. You think we're going to talk about the World Cup and you haven't been here for 7 weeks? What's this, bro? Mohammed Rees, welcome back to the GalacticOz Podcast, right?
Welcome back, Mohammed. Yeah.
For those who are new, who've been joining us recently ever since the World Cup content, Mohammed Rees is a Manchester City fan who said that Arsenal will not be winning the league because Arsenal, as long as they keep doing the Arsenal thing, they'll never get the league. And then ever since he said that, Manchester City did not win the Premier League and Arsenal won the Premier League, but Arsenal didn't go and do the double. So Mohammed, I just want to give you 30 seconds, 60 seconds, whatever you want to say, to the two Arsenal fans next to you.
No, I don't want to say anything to the
And
two
we've
Arsenal
also
fans.
got one Arsenal fan on the show as well, joining us remotely, Hasib as well. So there's all these Arsenal fans here just waiting for you. Allah.
First of all, Azam, I need to correct what you said. What I was saying throughout the period. I was saying that as long as Arsenal's on top, that there's hope. As in, I'm not saying that we're going to win it. I just want to clarify that point. I said that there's hope of winning it. Which, I'm right. It got close.
That's true.
You didn't just get close, Mohammed. You went ahead.
And we went ahead. And we didn't choke, first of all. Choke only applies to Arsenal. Doesn't apply to us. Everybody knows bottling and choking Arsenal.
Arsenal terms, huh?
Mohammed, why didn't you come back? That's what I want to know.
It's a great question, Azza.
I think, is there like a message chain somewhere you can upload?
There is. There is. We can drop the message, the leak messages. But Mohammed, be honest, wallah. Why didn't you come back? Were you just over it? Were you just
No. Never, bro. Never at all.
I just didn't want to see the Arsenal.
Sometimes I'm working around family affairs, things I have to do.
There is no way you're pulling the family.
I have to go Russell Park, I have to pick up my
Family
mom.
for 7 weeks. I saw you in between those times, Mohammed.
No, it's right. I understand.
A lot of things going on at Azam.
Serious life stuff, you know?
A lot of things going on in my head.
In my head?
That's Azam, wallah. Unfortunately, football is not everything Azam in life, wallah.
That's true.
We've got other shit going on, wallah.
Hey, for context, those watching, he only showed up when Man City got close to Arsenal.
When they beat us.
Yeah, when
they started showing up.
Yeah. Then after that, when they buckled, see you later.
But Azam, like I always say, I always rock up. Just even if I'm not in the right headspace at the time, I rock up just for you, Azam.
That's not true, though. He never does. And he says it with a straight face, thinking that I'm going to be convinced. He's the person.
He was hoping he's backing for the cameras.
No, he's the person replying back. Nah, I'm not coming. Wallahi, Azam. Anyways, he did come back at the best
Azam,
time.
wallah, that was a good intro, wallah, not gonna lie.
Yes, I've been waiting for this one. I've been waiting for
There's
this
a
one for a
cut from
long
the
time.
side, but wallah, it's good, wallah. I like it.
And now I can shout you Mandino. Wallah, you deserve it.
That's how we conclude it. I like that was good, Azam, wallah.
Lord have
Hey,
mercy.
guys, you put the AC on.
Yeah, no, it's not. Wallah, it's hot, bro.
It's hot.
Let it cook.
Actually, why you always just disturb the flow? Wallah,
I was bugging out. Wallah, I was thinking this guy's crazy, wallah. It's already cold.
Wallah, he was holding that in for a bit, wallah.
Wallah is a mess. Anyways, Mohammed, welcome back to the best time in
you,
football. Always, the World Cup is the best time in football.
Agreed.
And we brought you back because you are, by far, the number one Australian fan here amongst all the panel members. So we're going to have to get your take on it when we get to Australia. But we missed out on a few days. So we're going to go back to match 7, hit them quickly, and then match 8, and then match 9. Match day 9, sorry. And then, we'll get to the Australian game. Like we said, Hasib is with us, joining us remotely. So make sure to show him some love. This guy is going to be, pretty much he's a family member, but he's going to be khalas, the next upshare on the show. Wallah, straight up. Wow. You know what I mean?
There's only one upshare.
Declan Rice.
Declan Rice consistency.
I'm Rodri. He's Declan Rice, yeah?
Yeah, wallah.
All right, let's get into it. Boys, match day 7. There's a few games that happen. I want to quickly scroll past the small games. Ghana versus Panama 1-0, and then Colombia versus Uzbekistan 3-1. Colombia, we were all waiting for them to have their first game. We thought James Rodriguez was going to start. He did start. They got their 3 points. Everything is all good. Anything stand out from that and the Ghana game? The Ghana game, by the way, it was just drama towards the end. I
Oh
don't know
my
if you
God,
guys,
bro.
if you guys saw that.
Are we
bro.
gonna go into any detail now?
Anything you have to say about those two games?
I can start. Already?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. That Ghana versus Panama game, you know when they say like the score was not a reflection of the game whatsoever.
Yeah.
That game was the definition of that. Like if anybody actually watched the full game, Panama dominated that game from start to finish. They had so many opportunities, and I was actually surprised how well they played Panama as a team because I don't think a lot of people expected Panama to be as good as or how they performed against Ghana.
Yeah.
And they performed extremely well, in my opinion. Ghana, on the other hand, is the worst, probably the worst Ghana team I've seen in so long, bro.
In the World Cup.
Ghana, what I know of Ghana, 2010,
The good old times.
the good old times, bro.
Samuel
Suli
Gyan.
Montari,
Someone
Asmo
was in the
Gyan.
changing room.
You see Asmo Gyan, bro?
Go.
Wallah, he's dancing. His fire still.
He's like this was in the training 24/7.
Because they didn't make the AFCON.
Wallahi, Azam.
Because of who?
Because of Sudan, mate.
Go.
Yeah, wallahi. But yeah, Azam, that 2010 squad we all know, Gian, Montari,
They're a long way from that.
they're a long way from that, bro. They're a long way from that. They've actually got Asamo Gian as the president of the FA. Yeah, Azam?
I don't know.
Yeah, they got him as a-
someone somewhere.
Yeah, that's why he's around so much.
It's just a.
They're doing well.
yeah,
I think it was Hasib who mentioned it, but Colombia, Luis Diaz delivered at the World Cup stage, Hasib, in that 3-1 win. Anything stood out to you in that game besides Luis Diaz performance?
Not really. I mean, Uzbekistan, did relatively well, man. For a nation that's just so small, I think they did relatively well. But unfortunately, the Colombian, it's like a home game for them, bro. Like the Colombian community out there in America, in Mexico, it's massive. So yeah, I mean, James Rodriguez, Luis Diaz did his thing. He got a goal and an assist. But it was very, very expected, man. It was expected. But a shout out to Uzbekistan as well for getting the first goal in the World Cup as well. So. But in terms of nothing really stood out in my opinion. It was a pretty routine win for Colombia, and it's good that they opened their account as well, and then hopefully they can go far as well. But yeah, Luis Diaz for me was man of the match. But Uzbekistan had a couple of chances that they could have hit the dagger with, but at the end of the day, it's experience in these kind of games, and it prevailed.
Yeah, I think we're going to speak about them. Turkey, we're thinking they were going to be a dark horse, but Colombia. Seems like there might be something there, you know what I mean? Although Colombia always bring it at the World Cup.
Colombia, I feel like they've always been a decent team, going forward. I don't think it's one of those teams where people just rule out. But speaking of Uzbekistan, did you realize that Fabio Cannavaro is their coach?
No way.
Fabio Cannavaro.
One of the
assistant.
one of the two random things, wallah. The other one being Issa Diop playing for Morocco, which I didn't expect whatsoever, wallah. That's the second random thing. But Cannavaro is their coach, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I didn't even realize until I was watching the highlights for the game, and he's celebrating. I might be wrong, but I think yeah.
Let's move on to the other two games. Those are the big games of Matchday 7. England against Croatia, 4-2. And then we've got Portugal against Congo, which finished 1-1. There's a few talking points here. I want to, because he's a diff, still, he's a guest of ours. I want to let Hasib firstly speak about Portugal and Cristiano Ronaldo's criticism amongst the media and the players and just everything revolving around that Portuguese team.
Bro, it was one of the most underwhelming performances by a big nation alongside Spain in this opening week. So I have no words, man. Like the thing is that people just so obsessed with Ronaldo that you don't look at the entire team as a whole. And I think the one person that's holding them back, more than Cristiano Ronaldo is the manager, Roberto Martinez. Roberto Martinez, he's wasted a golden generation at Belgium. He had the prime Kevin De Bruyne, prime Eden Hazard, prime Lukaku, even Michy Batshuayi as well. He had prime players. Even at the back, he had some decent players. And that golden generation just remained the golden generation and nothing more of that. And I think he's doing the same thing with Portugal. This is Portugal's golden generation. Very similar to Belgium. After a very long time, it's a decent team here. We've got we're talking about João Cancelo, Nuno Mendes, Vitinha, Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes. These are not bums. We're talking about world-class players. They offered nothing. Vitinha had around 250 passes, bro, which is the most in a game by an individual player in a World Cup, and none of them went forward. It was absolutely abysmal. And when it comes to Ronaldo, I know we talked about this in the previous pod. It was a lot of back and forth. But bro, like I was thinking about this the other day. Yeah, I was like, bro, if I was to play for a big nation, yeah, if you tell me like, Hasib, if you wanted to play for a big nation, we can give you the passport for any nation. Who would you pick? You've got England, you've got Spain, you've got France, you've got Portugal. I'll pick Portugal, bro. You ask me why? I say because I could have a stinker. I could score an own goal. I could trip over my legs, bro. I could, not complete any pass. But tomorrow in the news, the front page, they won't talk about me. They'll talk about one man, Ronaldo. And that's what this is. People talk about Ronaldo not getting the ball because he's 41 years of age, bro. He's 41 years of age. What are we doing here? Like, he's not going to be able to do what you think he's going to do. He's not going to take on 10 man, bro. He's not going to have a shot from 40 yards out. He's not. But what are the other people doing in this team, bro? Bruno Fernandes, top assist maker, bro. Bernardo Silva just got to move to Real Madrid. Nuno Mendes, one of the best left backs in the world. Vitinha, João Neves, just coming off from back-to-back Champions League. No one ever talks about them, bro. And this entire team is built on the blueprint of Roberto Martinez, and in my opinion, he's been holding them back. And that's what I gotta say about Portugal, bro.
Before I get Abshir, because Abshir is a certified Ronaldo hater, I want to get Abdullah's opinion. Before that, I dropped a video and I literally said exactly what he was just saying here. My thing is just two things. One, the Portuguese team is not a bum team, bro. They've got quality players, and the fact that none of them delivered, none of them, Khalik Ronaldo, nobody stepped up. No Bruno, no Bernardo Silva, nobody didn't, nobody. And then the other side, when you talk about Ronaldo, because it's not Ronaldo's team, bro. It's not Ronaldo's team. As much as you want to say he's Homelander, he's this, whatever, it's the coach's decision to either put him on or take him off or put him on the bench and then put him on. It's solely based on, rests on his decision. And if he's not going to do that, the fault is automatically the coach. It's not Ronaldo. Even if Ronaldo says, if you don't play me, well, I'm going to make your life a living hell. It doesn't matter. Even if everybody is against him, it's his responsibility. He's getting paid to do that. Yeah, he gets paid the big bucks.
It's your opinion.
To take Ronaldo off or whatever. Yeah. Nonetheless, I want to get Abdullah to say what he has to say about Ronaldo and the Portuguese situation.
I think, firstly, I do think it's more on the manager than it is Ronaldo. But the real problem is, there's very few managers in the world that are brave enough and have a big enough reputation to sit Ronaldo on the bench and it not become a disaster and make even more of a problem than having him on the pitch. So, Roberto Martinez is not that guy. Ronaldo's not going to accept his decision. He's not a Zidane. It's not going to be a problem. It's like when Eric Ten Hag did it. Of course it's a problem. It's a massive problem, and then it makes things worse. So, that's not the solution for me. But it's still his fault, because you cannot tell me this current Ronaldo, we're not talking about prime Ronaldo, this current Ronaldo is the best Portugal have to offer up front. I refuse to believe that. You have João Felix on the bench, you have Rafael Leao on the bench, you can play with a false nine, you can go to a back three and two up top. There are multiple solutions. Ronaldo, not only should he not be near the starting 11, I don't think he's even good enough on merit to be in the squad to begin with. That's what I think.
Dollars coming out blazing.
No, that's what I think. That's what I genuinely think. And when you're blaming the other players, Azam, these guys aren't just playing with a guy that's just another regular player. This guy's not just playing. What's going on here, Azam?
One sec. Try again. Go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What's happened?
No, it's just I put it on that side so he could try. No, just put it on the table.
No. My thing is, these players, you're blaming all of these players, but these players aren't playing with a player that's just a regular player. They're playing with somebody who's their idol, with somebody who what he says goes on the pitch. His presence there is enough by itself to be a heavy burden. Like if they see Ronaldo see a shot, they're playing Ronaldo. Genuinely, I'm not even making this up. And even Ronaldo being in the box, they are more likely to cross than they are to try and play through because he's in the box. It does change things. So blaming the players with Ronaldo being in there is really difficult. And the fact he is who he is, he's always going to be the first one on the chopping block. It's not going to be as easy as let's look at the other players, because the other players haven't been given the chance to be the main man. With him being there, he is still considered the main man.
Abdullah,
if you give those players, go on.
Bro, quick one. Look, I agree with you to a certain extent, but I feel like this gimmick, bro, about like this gimmick about Ronaldo's the main man and they feel the pressure to play amongst. Bro, we're not talking about kids playing in an FA Cup fixture. We're talking about the best players in the world, bro. I don't think these players, Bernardo Silva, bro, Rafael Leao, bloody who else is there, bro? Like, all these players, these are big household names. They shouldn't feel that kind of pressure, in my opinion, bro. They shouldn't.
But even
feel
if
that
they
kind of
are a
pressure.
big household name, Hasib, this guy is a level above. He's a level above. If you think they are something, Ronaldo's like 20 times.
No, of course. I'm not saying they're comparing in terms of Ronaldo's level. I'm saying that the pressure that you're talking about specifically about them feeling to play with Ronaldo, I think it's a little bit of a false pretense because they should be able to look. In my opinion, this is my hot take over here. Yeah, this is my hot take. I feel if Portugal play to their potential, they can get away with Ronaldo up front. In my opinion. They can get away with Ronaldo up front. Now, in terms of what you're saying, I agree with you. He shouldn't be near the squad. He should be on the bench, like Abshir said last podcast. He should come in 20, 25 minutes, accept his fate, that's the impact that he's going to make. I agree with that. But what I'm saying is, because if Roberto Martinez thinks that his hands are tied and he can't do anything else but start him, in my opinion,
the rest of the players,
they should be able to play to the potential.
Yeah.
And then they could get away with Ronaldo being up top, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a valid point. The fact that the other players should take responsibility and almost like deal with the situation that they've been put in, that's a valid point. But if Ronaldo wants the best for Portugal, he shouldn't make it this difficult for Roberto Martinez, because I don't think if Roberto Martinez's mind works, he shouldn't have Ronaldo in the first 11.
Okay, because we've spoken about Ronaldo for a long time, Ashir, I just want to ask you one simple question because you're a certified hater. What do you think of those people who say Ronaldo should choose when to play and not to play? Or Ronaldo, if he wants to play in the next 2-3 World Cups, he can play it. Until he retires, he's allowed to do that because what he did for Portugal.
Like, I know I do come across as Ronaldo hater. Like, last episode,
You are, Abshir.
I
Stop
said
hiding.
something logical at least. I said 20, 30 minutes max. Say, Ronaldo, listen, Congo, let the boys play. Don't put pressure. Clap for the boys. Support them. Last 20 minutes, if the game's getting a bit tight, a bit tense, and we need something, like everyone's attacking and we need like a late win or something, maybe his aura, I don't want to use the next generation's language, but his presence in general may cause some defenders to sort of panic. You know what I'm saying to you? Ability-wise, I don't want to say much, but his presence alone will be felt by those tired legs at the back. I don't believe he should play any other games in this World Cup. Yeah.
Fair enough. Midris, let's get you involved in the next game. England versus Croatia. Big expectations from England. They came out with a 4-2 win against an aging Croatian team, let's be honest. But any talking points there that you wanted to address? Harry Kane, scored a double there. Like, a lot of big players are delivering, by the way, during this World Cup. But Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, they're playing decently, and Thomas Tuchel looks like he's the guy maybe to bring it home. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, it's interesting, because there was a lot of heat on Thomas Tuchel regarding his selection for the national team.
He left some big players.
And he left some big players out, of the team. At the end of the day, I think, there's certain teams that it's not always about individuals with national teams. Sometimes if you just get the structure right, you just get the players that fit your structure that you want to play. So I think now with England, that's the way they're going, and I feel like they're going to have more success with that sort of mentality rather than just picking up the individual players that everyone thinks should be selected.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, it was a good win.
That's a tough first game, Aldo, don't you think?
It's a tough first
I think
game.
it was. I think it was a difficult first game, but it's firstly, it's surprising that England conceded 2 goals against that Croatia team. That was a surprise to me. I thought it was going to be stale standard England, but then they changed it in the second half. But then this World Cup's been a bit like that. The first halves have always been cagey from pretty much majority of the big teams, and then second half, we saw the same with France. Struggled in the first half, then changed it up in the second. England have done the same thing, and this is just proof that they've got a manager that knows what they're doing. A manager that knows how to make the changes, and not just changes as in personnel changes, changes to their performance. So the same players that he sent out in the first half, he sent out in the second half, and they came out a different team.
Yeah.
So the instructions, the change of tempo, the pace that they played at in the second half, whatever tweaks that he made at halftime tells you that he knows what he's doing. And this tells me that England have half a chance.
That's what I was telling you, bro. This is the objective of the coach. You know what I mean?
How
Like
far do you think they'll go though?
I think the
based on that
minimum
performance.
semi-final, it's a failure.
Damn. Like that.
Yeah,
I mean, they
so.
reached the semi-finals last World Cup, didn't
Yeah.
they?
No
Yeah.
quarters.
semis, I think,
No
yeah.
quarters. They got out in the quarters to France because France beat Morocco.
Yeah.
was it
in the
quarters?
semis.
yeah.
You're getting confused with the Euros.
Yeah. The Euros.
Euros, they got to the
All
final.
before that,
Yeah.
in 2018, they got semi-final.
2018, they got semi-final.
Yeah.
So I think semi-final, or I would consider it a failure because who else? Who would you consider the top 4 nations in this World Cup? England would be in that, surely.
Yeah. And it's
Congo is definitely in there too. Azam would even cover Congo like nothing, yeah? They beat Portugal and it's not a big deal.
They drew. They didn't beat them, but they look good, bro. We can't spend too much on them.
I feel like
Name
they
3
got,
Congolese players. Wallah.
Wissa,
Uh-huh.
Wambasaka,
Left back.
Tunzebi?
Tunzebi, yeah.
Masuaku?
Maswaku, yeah, wallah.
just Samuel- This guy's crazy, wallah.
Anyways.
He's a play. But Azam, bro, come on, cuz.
Yeah, no, good team. Good team.
Didn't feel like they won?
I reckon
Portugal?
they'll get out of
Let's
the
be
group.
honest, wallah.
They're definitely gonna get out.
Was
of
this
the
that
group, I
vibe?
reckon.
But the rest of the group is Uzbekistan, is it?
We're gonna
Nah, they've got Ghana and Panama.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they play Ghana next.
That's yeah.
let's move into match day 8. There was a few games here, not big games at all. Chesney and then South Africa, they finished 1-1. You got Switzerland beating Bosnia 4-1, and then Canada beating Qatar 6-0, and Mexico beating South Korea. This was the biggest surprise. They beat South Korea when they were very, very disappointing, I want to say, from South Korea.
Switzerland looked all right.
Yeah, Switzerland looked good.
Switzerland looked very convincing.
But just
Quickly
quickly
about the
about
goats of just getting out of the group.
Switzerland?
Every World Cup, every tournament, just get out, round of 16 out.
Yeah.
the goal, the consistent goal, wallah.
A bit of a disappointment from South Korea, don't you guys think?
Yeah.
I
I don't
wasn't-
rate Mexico at all.
Well, like, I wasn't too impressed, bro. Like,
I just watched the first
second
game,
game,
Czech
bro.
Republic, wallah. And that game was fire, bro.
Bro, second game for them to come on, bro. This is it's game over for them, bro. Pretty much.
No,
I
what do
don't
you mean?
think
They
so.
won their first game.
They
They won
Best
the
game.
first
Yeah,
game
bro,
against
'cause-
Czech Republic.
Guys, look at the. Did you see like against Mexico how they were?
No, but
No,
don't
they
played
forget,
the ugliest
home
football.
team.
No, but that's
home team.
a host nation.
They're
Yeah,
playing
pretty
in
solid,
Mexico, they're playing in, was it Monterrey or Guadalajara?
Because I know I was not impressed by them.
Yeah.
And Son is Mush Ronaldo's washed.
Yeah.
This guy's washed, dry cleaned, and everything, bro. He's gone, bro. Wallahi al-azim. He is actually
He was
a mess.
fine in the first game.
Yeah.
People were giving him a hard time about the first game performance. I think he was okay.
Wallahi, he wasn't
He
that
had
great.
a couple of chances that he didn't put away.
You should have seen him in this game.
But that's
50 minutes, best. Yeah, he was a mess, bro. The other game that was the biggest embarrassment, Qatar. They had a lot of fans. Shout out to Qatar.
I don't know where they came from, bro.
money, bro.
They came from
were on
money.
holiday.
Yeah,
They
bro.
came from, wallah. They came from oil.
1/3 of the population is there.
Yeah, bro. That's all they have, though. But they lost 6-0. And last World Cup, we said they're going to bring it. This World Cup, we backed them again.
Who said they're going to bring it, Azam?
Me and Hassan Abba said they're going to
Yeah,
bring
you
it.
guys, man. Don't
Me and
put
Hassan
us-
Abba and
Don't say
Abdullah.
we like,
But you know
the last World Cup.
why? Some brand deals and stuff, you know what I mean? Qatar, come on, yo.
No, that's not right. Has nothing to do with that. We genuinely thought they were going to do something.
The last World Cup, they should have, really. I think they were defending Asian Cup champions. And they were a host nation. And you know what's embarrassing about their team, bro? All of those South Americans that they
naturalized.
It's disgusting, bro. It's disgusting. Some tatted up South Americans standing for the national anthem of Qatar. قسما لمن رفع السماء. That's what the national.
that's wild, bro.
That's the anthem is.
The anthem?
And it's tatted up South American guys.
Do you know what it is? It's fine when
And doing the cross day after.
Bro?
it's
When you
fine
get
when other
neutralized,
nations
they
when
change
other
their
nations do it. It's
Natural.
fine.
Yeah.
It's fine when other nations do it because, like I said, Australia, colors left, right, and center. That's fine. But in the Middle East, it just doesn't work.
It's not just that.
Wallahi, it doesn't
It's
work.
not just that.
Even Africa can
Azam,
pull it
Azam,
off.
different, but
No,
he
no,
is
no.
different.
Al-Mu'izz Ali Sudanese.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, Afif is
No,
Somali.
that's fine.
But Azam, this is
Arab nations, I'm
no,
saying.
no, it's not that though.
Yeah, what
It's
is it?
Australia. These kids are born here or they come
Exactly,
here young.
wallah.
Oh, so you're saying from that
That's
point
what
of
I'm
view.
saying, bro.
No, I'm saying just how it looks.
No,
You want to
bro.
play? You're a good player, bro. Neutralized.
Azam, you know that's why.
I might cut this, but Mohammed Hakim style.
Some
wallahi.
25-year-old
Someone on the side
That's what I
walking.
mean.
Bro,
Yeah,
no,
that's the type of
and
shit
cut
talking
this out
about.
too. Cut this out too. When Amir after the AFCON he wants to move to Qatar don't take you unless you haven't represented the national team. The league doesn't want that. They want somebody that hasn't represented the national team unless you're actually a European-based player, a top player that they want to bring in. If you haven't played for your national team, then you have a higher chance of playing in Qatar because then if they like you, they make you Qatari and you play for them.
For real.
Yeah. That's how it works, bro.
Makes sense.
That's how it works.
All the
It's absolute
Pedros
nonsense,
and the
bro.
Gonzalez.
It's
And
nonsense, bro. And this is why.
And they got the work 6-0 after all
Yistahlu.
this. God damn, bro. God damn. Hazib, I'm sure, I don't know if you can hear me, but any of those games, did you? A lot of people were speaking about South Africa for some reason.
I was.
They were impressed by South Africa. But is there anything from match day 8 that stood out to you, from South Africa to Switzerland to Bosnia to Canada, Qatar, and Mexico and South Korea?
I think South Korea was a little bit unlucky in my opinion. I think the goal from Mexico came from a howler from the keeper.
Yeah.
He absolutely shanked it. But after that, he was, prime Manuel Neuer. Like, both defensive performances by Mexico and South Africa was really good. But obviously Mexico edged it. They had that, home advantage too. I mean, Switzerland did well after drawing 1-1 to Qatar in the first game. They went out there and got 4-1 against Bosnia. But with Canada and Qatar, bro, like with Qatar, it was one of the worst defensive performances, bro. Like the own goal was absolutely abysmal as well. Like he completely, kicked the ball in his own net. And obviously, the other thing that we didn't talk about was the injury to Ibrahim Kone, bro, from for Canada, which was horrific. Right?
It's always stupid.
It didn't look like a bad challenge, though.
It didn't.
Yeah.
But that's how it is, cuz.
but
When I did my ACL, it didn't look like it was bad either, wallah. And then I did my ACL, wallah. And it was at a stupid place. Like how this guy in a 6-0, they're winning already, and then he breaks his leg. It's always
bro,
stupid
even though we were
situations.
roasting Qatar, I think it was 1-0 when they got the first red card. And that, everything just went downhill after that. They performed all right against Switzerland, and Switzerland's a decent European side. But then after that first red card, because it was meant to be a penalty and a yellow card, but the ref's like, wait a second, it's outside the box.
Yeah,
so therefore, it's a free kick and a red card. See you later, mate.
Yeah.
Game changed.
The red cards were against
So
South
Azam, you might still be writing back in Qatar.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
3 points against Bosnia. Last game, we don't know.
I'm not impressed. I'm not too impressed.
All the Brazilians gonna score a goal. Don't worry.
Let's move on to match day 9. And we'll start with Turkey. Let's see. Because dark horses, we said they were unlucky. Some people said they were
they're
unlucky.
done.
I know, they're finished. Unlucky against Australia. Now they've lost 1-0 against Paraguay.
You can't be unlucky against Paraguay, wallah.
I'm not joking.
You're just ta'ban at that point.
I
wallah.
saw your video, Hasib, by the way. I think, was it yourself who made a video on Turkey or something? But I'll get you to start, actually, just because I have some other questions for the other boys.
Bro, I don't want anyone to talk about Turkey being dark horses ever, bro, in an international tournament. Every 4 years as an international tournament, we said Turkey dark horses because it's just a cool thing to say, bro. Bro, they have 0 goals in 2 games against Australia and against Paraguay, bro. They had 60+ shots. They had an XG of 3+ whatever, if you're a stats guy. But, bro, the performances were absolutely abysmal, bro. Paraguay had a very early red card. They still weren't able to come close to capitalizing on that. They were not even coming close to scoring a goal. It was pressure after pressure, but in terms of clear-cut chances, there was maybe only one, and he absolutely scuffed an open goal. Turkey, because what I feel sorry for is their fan base, bro. Like, I mean, we were talking about how they sort of, entered the US and stuff. Like, they had a massive, convoy of cars, the fans over there, the Turkish community. I feel sorry for them because they're such passionate fans. And then this is a kind of, like the performances that your country, delivers. It is an absolute shame. So I feel like it was really poor from Turkey, man. Like, it's very, very poor against Australia and against Paraguay. Lack of chances, so many shots, none converted. Having the likes of Kenan Yildiz, Arda Güler, Canakoglu. I'm like, I don't understand what these lot were doing, but it was absolutely poor from them from day one for them, bro.
I don't understand how a team with that quality could not, one, do it against Australia, and now in this game, again, not at least to come out with 1 point or something like that.
They snitched, by the way. They snitched.
No, she's not Azam.
Who did?
The Turkey, because
Snitched on who?
there's a new rule. Yeah, Miguel Almiron was talking to, I think, the right back. He covered his mouth. And
That
covering
why
your
he
mouth is an automatic
Red.
card.
Yeah.
And if it's in a provocative situation, it's a red card.
Yeah.
So like the referee actually went to VAR, checked, and actually said to the stadium, number, whatever his name is, number 10 of Paraguay, covered his mouth. Therefore, red card. I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
What is this movie?
Yeah, good.
Bro,
Are you mad about that or are you happy?
that's ridiculous.
What do you mean, bro? It's a rule that they knew about before the tournament.
So I
Bro,
just
I
wanted
know,
to-
but
that's why I wanted to clarify
Yeah,
that,
bro.
bro.
yeah, I'm not pro that. That is some
It's clear
nonsense,
cut.
bro.
I love it.
But Turkey, it just seems like they can't do well. Like it's like a bit of arrogance. Hey, come out, play us, open up. If anyone's sitting back against them, they just get irritated. Australia's sitting back. Paraguay is playing 4-4-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just couldn't deal with it at all.
I think that's a managerial issue, though. That's a coaching problem. If you can't break down a low block, the manager needs to be questioned. That's my full belief. How are you not with the quality of players that you have? How are you not managing to score a goal against 2 low blocks? That's poor from the manager for me.
You know how everyone rates them? It just hit me today. I was watching the game. This is their first World Cup since 2002. Australia's been to every World Cup in between.
Yeah.
Think about that. And we always call them dark horses, but maybe there's a reason why they haven't made these World Cups.
That trick is up, though.
Let's be honest, bro. Let's be honest. The team that they're competing with to qualify as well for the World Cup, it's not the same team Australia's got.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and they also do well sometimes in the Euros. They qualify.
In case everybody thought that point that you made was a banger.
Yeah, but guess what? You Turks, get out of here, wallah.
No.
Get out of here.
After the shenanigans against the Socceroos last week,
Yeah.
and they started talking smack too much, this is what you get, bro.
Get out of here.
And then Abdullah
See,
gave them the 7-0, 5-0 work today too.
Well,
Did you guys actually win 5?
He did,
well
wallah.
done.
Azam. Why would you doubt that, Azam?
Our seniors let us down.
Azam, if you went there and watched, you wouldn't doubt that scoreline. Wallah, كيف Abdullah?
بجد والله.
Wallah Azim.
Abdullah, up and coming coach, guys. If you guys need a coach out there, Abdullah's here, wallah.
No, I got no idea what I'm talking about. Don't hire me.
Lads, the other game, was Morocco against Scotland. And Morocco seemed like we're cruising, you know what I mean? It's looking like another quarters, semis for these guys.
Allah Azim, Azam, this Morocco team looks better than even the last Moroccan team. Because when you look at, bro, when they got rid of the coach, Walid,
Yeah.
Wallahi, bro, I thought, okay, what's going to happen here? Because he's obviously done what he's done with them. So it's just going to impact the team to the point where, you know what I mean? They have a downfall, but it looks like they've grabbed
had a plan, bro. This guy was
Yeah,
the under 20s
100%,
coach.
yeah.
This guy was the
Ah,
under
was
20s
he?
coach. Yeah.
There you go,
'Cause they
wallah.
knew
That
about
makes
all
sense.
the young players that are coming through. They
Yeah.
put this guy in charge
Like
because they
Ab-
wanted to replenish the squad.
yeah.
Like, you watched the game.
don't know
That
that makes all the sense in the world. wallah.
they honestly, I know they won the game and they tore it to Brazil last game, but this one they looked kind of underwhelming to me.
I don't think so.
Yeah, like
I think it's
to me
just-
Scotland looked in the game. Like they win the
this
game.
was
the whole time.
such a more this was a controlled performance, especially in the first half. I think.
Yeah, the first
I
half
think it
was nice.
extremely controlled. Of course, then in the second
But
half,
yeah, it was an
Scotland's
ugly
gonna
win.
get
I think I know what he's saying. It was an
Scotland's
ugly
gonna get
win.
desperate in the second half. So then, of course, they're gonna have a little bit more of the play because they're driving the game a bit more. They're trying to get the goal. So it's also still a tick for Morocco. The fact that they held on. I wouldn't see that as a negative. Because had the game been back and forth all game, I think their quality would have shown, and they would have won the game regardless.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I think the team is too good, and it's got top players in key areas, and I think it's
This is why they matched Brazil, bro.
They're gonna
They're
go
actually
far.
very
They're a
like
good team.
quality, bro.
They're a quality team, Azam.
Yeah,
and
man.
and you know this point of what Abdullah said regarding the new coach now being the former under 20 coach.
yeah, other 20s or 23s coach. He's the
I
youth
think
team coach, and then
yeah, I think the elevation and development of Moroccan football, especially after their last World Cup, it needs to be studied, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's taken to it went to a new level, bro.
Bro,
Like even look at the players now that they're bringing through the system, like that new midfielder number
Boadi?
6.
yeah, he's
Bro,
Body, bro,
it's a-
come on, cuz.
it's a
he chose
testament.
France over
Yeah.
them, bro.
It's a testament to how good Morocco is right now. The French national team wanted him.
He was the captain of the
He was
under
the captain of the
19.
under-
Yeah, see,
19
look at
cuz.
this. We want you to be in the first team squad because now I'm gonna go Morocco.
So the recruitment
What a joy! What
is
a
going
joy to watch,
down.
That's how it's gotta be.
Yeah.
That's
Wallah,
good, though.
bro.
Mazraoui,
That's
by
good,
the way.
100%.
Sheikh
I
Mazraoui.
love Mazraoui, bro. I would have liked my Ajax, Bayern Munich. I don't know what happened. And United, he doesn't show this. But what is going on with that guy?
He's
Wallah?
a player, bro.
That guy's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Quality. Hasib, the other game I think was there was just played at 1 p.m. I think it was or
The Brazil one.
the Brazil. No, it wasn't 1 p.m. Was it?
It was 11.
30 this
It was
morning.
10:30.
عزام انت شكلك جايب السلف for minute, yeah? ادعك بس والله.
Brazil against Haiti, Hasib, 3-0. They cruising. Of course, it's Haiti, but Neymar nowhere to be seen. Hopefully, they're saying he's gonna play the last game, and be a part of the squad before, moving on from the group stages. But Brazil look fluid, bro. They look good. And Endrick got some minutes and scored, but it was offside. But it looked like khalas, yani. This is turning out to be a good team now.
Yeah, I think the main change that they did compared to the first game against Morocco was they got rid of Igor Thiago. Igor Thiago does not offer much going forward, the Brentford striker. Now he had a big change. They put Cunha up front, but the rest of the team was exactly the same. Exactly the same. They just changed the striker. Cunha just scored a brace. So I don't think we're going to see Igor Thiago come in for the rest of the tournament, in my opinion, because it's going to be either Mateus Cunha up front or it's either going to be Endrick up front, who was very unfortunate to not get his goal as well, which was ruled offside. But it was a very classic, Brazil performance. He didn't really have to do that well. I think Haiti did well as well, relatively to relatively to their ranking. But I think Brazil played really well. I think Brazil was it was also a very controlled game. They didn't have to do way too much. They were very clinical. They took their chances. Mateus Cunha did really well, especially for the second goal. And I think Vinicius Junior as well. We have to put some respect on his name as well, because I think he had this mark in his career that he's never delivered for Brazil. He's a flop in Brazil. He's this in Brazil. He's that in Brazil. Richarlison has a better, legacy than Vinicius for Brazil. Like, it was all of these comments, and I think he's proving it from the first game. And I think he's monumental going forward for them.
What's your stance on Neymar? Do you think he should be playing? And if so, who from that midfield needs to be dropped for Neymar?
Nah, Neymar shouldn't be playing. I think, you know what it is, bro. I know they're saying injury, yeah, but I think it was a preconceived thing with Ancelotti, like an agreement, what is like the contribution that Neymar's going to have this World Cup. I think he could have played, but I think they don't want him to play. The reason they want him to play in Scotland against Scotland is because I think it's a bit of a Scot-free game. I think it's becoming very clear that it's going to be Morocco and Brazil to go through. So, in my opinion, if Neymar, you gotta start him on the wing, bro, or maybe he can't play as a number 10, in my opinion, because in international football, especially World Cup, I think in the midfield it's where it's won or lost. So you either start him up front or you either start him on the wing. But I would definitely start him on the wing. Maybe give Rafinha a rest, because Rafinha went down injured this game. So he could come feature for Rafinha. It worked out better for Carlo Ancelotti. Not much of a headache. And I think Neymar's accepted his role as well. He's not gonna, he's not on the Ronaldo thing. So he's happy to contribute whatever he can. So he'll get his cameo 20-25 minutes, potentially start, play another 50 minutes if he starts. But he shouldn't replace anyone in the midfield, in my opinion, because the midfield's weak as it is, bro. I don't know about Casemiro, Guimaraes, and Paqueta, even though they did well, but that first game was very shaky against Morocco. So
they don't have legs. They don't have legs in there.
No legs, bro. And you're gonna add Neymar in there. I think it's gonna be a bit of a disaster if they do that.
Or you can add Fabinho.
Yeah, bro. 2026 Fabinho, we're still seeing in the Brazil squad. Mad.
No, I think, like you said, like I just said before, last 15-20 minutes of games, if the game's tight, or if you want to go extra time, Neymar to be like a game changer, that's lovely.
I don't think that's how it's gonna go.
No,
I think one of those three midfielders need to sit down, and Neymar comes in as a 10.
Abdullah still believes.
If it means off the ball, the 9 drops in and picks up the 6. Okay. And Neymar, they form almost like a 2-10 type of thing off the ball, and then on the ball, Cunha goes further up and Neymar stays. I think they have to get this guy in, and I think that is what's gonna make this Brazil team go even further in this World Cup.
And I think he should play as a 10.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he plays as a 10, but he doesn't need to defend as much if Cunha drops in.
Yeah.
No, you could put Cunha on the right because Rafinha's out, and Endrick up front. Endrick does the running for him. And Cunha does the running for him.
I think somebody needs to do the running for him, and I think that's worthwhile for this Brazil team, especially given how dire that midfield has looked. That midfield is so stinky, bro.
If anyone can do it, Ancelotti can do it, and I hope, just for this fairy tale, I need that. I need Neymar winning this.
Yeah, I reckon he can. But I don't know, man. Putting him against Scotland, those kind of players.
It's minutes, bro. At the end of the day, that's he needs match fitness. He doesn't need to go into anything unnecessary because they're already through. I think
Scotland coming in, comes Shufta, gives him a nice backflip, kida. Yes,
bit of a Ryan, bit of a Neymar. Get these guys their minutes. Martinelli.
Yeah, well, let's get into the main event, lads. And Mohamed Reis, please kick us off. Australia against the US. A lot of shit talking's been going down. The guys
shit talking, real talking, cuz.
No, shit talking from the Americans, I'm saying.
From the Americans.
Yes. And the guys from Suited and Booted, who inshallah will get on the show once they come back.
From where?
Suited and Booted.
Suited and Booted.
The Australian boys in America at the moment. Even Rashid had a bet with the what's his name?
Magrella.
Yeah, he had a bet with him to get his face tatted on his leg and everything. So everything was on the line, you know what I mean?
What a
And
bad
everyone
bet, bro.
here expected him. Even Shadi, our little cousin, took the train and went all the way to Vet Square.
It's getting like that. Wallah.
4 in the morning.
4 in the morning, wallah.
That's crazy, wallah.
How's
I'm not exposing
that?
people's business like that, first of all, wallah.
Yeah, bro.
What
It
if
is what
Hassan
it
was
is.
watching this podcast right now, wallah?
Adash is, and if she's, it's okay, bro. He's a grown
Shadi,
man.
don't worry, Shadi. You're gonna get to an age like us where you're gonna enjoy these things from the comfort of your home.
Yeah.
You're not gonna want to leave your house.
Yeah, wallah. Now it's a cool thing to do, like it.
But 2-0, Mohammed, against US. Now, US, wallah, let's be honest, great team.
Oh, they're a good team, bro.
Unbelievable
Yeah,
performance in their first game. And coming into this game, and then when I saw the starting lineup, I was like, we're cooked.
Yeah. Look, like you said, the US is a good team, but I think the loss was more of our mistake than them being good. This is my opinion, wallah. Australia, we all saw the first game against Turkey that they played. It was a low block. We sort of we prepared well against a Turkey side that we knew we're just gonna go forward, attack, whip balls in, and for some reason, which is still unknown at the moment, Popovic decided to do something different. He thought maybe he knew something that 100% of the Australia fans didn't know about, was to just stick to the same structure and we'll get the same result, bro. Because the US is a very, very counter-attacking team, like we saw. They've got, good attackers. They like to play forward a lot. So if we just had the same structure, we could have got so much out of that game. Irukunda, with his fantastic performance and goal, not sure why he didn't start. I think that's a very obvious selection. Metcalf, another midfielder who had a very good game and scored, should have started. I don't know why he wasn't selected. And also, even if Popovic did want to, and me and Abdullah was speaking about this earlier, even if he did want to change things up a bit, my personal opinion would have been that you take Toure off, and if you want to include Lecky, you can put Lecky as a false 9 and still have Irukunda out wide.
Or Nkunda up front as well. That could work as well.
Or but I think Irukunda is better.
Changes happened because he wanted to squeeze Matthew Lecky in.
Matthew Lecky in. That's my point, bro. And that's fine. If you want to squeeze him in, bro. But you got to squeeze him in right. You got to know how your structure is and how he can fit. Because Lecky as well is not young, bro. He doesn't have the same legs that he did at the last World Cup.
Everybody has their own version of Ronaldo in their team, wallah. This is what I'm starting to realize.
No.
Wallah,
Lecky's not Ronaldo at all. No, 100%. Lecky didn't start the first game, Azam. If he did, then I would have agreed with you. Back to my point, is that if he was trying to fit him into that team, he should have at least put him as a false 9. He could have held the ball up. He could have done, he could have been effective in the game and still had Irukunda out wide. And I think that Irukunda's better utilized out wide than he is as a number 9. He's not a number 9, bro. Yeah. I don't even know why when Popovic put him on, he put him on as a 9.
Yeah,
I didn't understand that, wallah.
And Shuf, Abdullah, I could understand where Mohammed is coming from, but let's be honest. That first half, Australia had nothing going on, bro. Absolutely nothing. And even when Irukunda and the other homeboy came on, it was slow for like 15, 20 minutes. Australia came to life the last maybe 20, 25 minutes.
The water break.
Yeah, but
20, 25 minutes.
No, we started before the water break.
Yeah.
It was like the last 25 minutes of the game.
No, but
we came to life. But for him to say they won because of our mistake, yes, it was 100%. A mistake. Yes, it was a mistake.
Yeah.
But the mistake of the coach not putting the players in, yes, I understand. But in the game, that first half,
but I'm not even talking
no chance.
Azam, but hold on, Malish Abdullah. I'm not just talking about the players, Azam. I'm talking even about the structure. Everything was changed.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. The changes, yes.
Yeah. But you're talking about the play of you. The
11v11 that first half.
Azam, but what allows the US to play?
One good enough.
No, wallah, I disagree, wallah. I disagree.
Firstly, that's what Popovic came out after the game and said. He said in the first half, we were slow, we were lethargic, we were second to every ball.
Yeah.
That's what he came out and said. Now, that's what you're saying as well as face value. At face value.
No, I'm saying regardless of what he did.
But that's what
I
know. That's what you're saying. We were struggling, but we were struggling not regardless of what he did. We were struggling because of what he did.
I know.
Because of
I agree
so you
as well.
can't say regardless of what he did.
Yeah.
And
I tell you why.
That's my point. I tell you why. Because
Yeah.
first of all, he made 2 huge mistakes. 2 mistakes. And as a fan or as somebody that's watching the game and taking it in, I can't forgive both mistakes. The first one is completely inexcusable. You cannot leave Connor Metcalf and Yarakunda out. And I tell you why. Firstly, they both scored. We've all played football. When you've had a good game, the next game, you're like raring to go. Everything goes right for you.
Yeah.
You feel confident. You feel at the top of your game. When you do things, they come off. That's the first part. The second part is, even if you wanted to defend and go defensively, they didn't let you down the last game. So what reason are you leaving them on the bench for?
Yeah.
Is it because they're not good enough defensively because they showed that in the first game? Or is that because they're not playing well enough because they both scored? So there is no valid excuse for this whatsoever.
And we still do not know the reasoning behind it.
Whatsoever. There's no valid excuse. There's no valid excuse.
We don't know the reasoning.
They didn't defend well, and you
Yeah,
can't tell
bro.
me they didn't play well enough.
What do you think? What do you think he was trying to do?
And then the second big mistake is the approach.
Yeah.
You've set out a lineup, and I think this is where Hassan Idris in the chat was telling us, this is the US, bro. This is not 1970 Brazil. We didn't respect the US enough. And we went out in the first half with a weaker side than our strongest 11 and tried to take them on blow for blow.
You don't think that
We were- no, Azam,
but you don't
hey,
think
hey,
you don't think that he thought that was our strongest 11?
No, absolutely
No,
not.
He
bro.
doesn't think that.
He knows that it's not Azam.
he's trying
He
to
has a different idea in mind.
He's trying to experiment.
Guys,
Azam, I'll tell you this.
One
Okay.
sec, one sec, one sec.
Yeah.
You know when Hassan, when he said Hassanin said this is not Brazil 1970, this is the US.
That's probably what he thought.
That's what he's thinking in his head.
Yeah, but guess what?
You know what I
That is
mean?
wrong. That is wrong.
I know
for a
it's
start.
wrong, but
no, the
he thinks
hear
that
me
that's
out.
the case.
Hear me out. But this is the thing. Sometimes coaches, they have hadrawa.
Yeah.
Pep
What?
Guardiola- Pep
Kharraf,
Guardiola-
bro. He
Pep
lost it,
Guardiola
bro.
did it in
Nah,
the
but wallah,
Champions
Azam,
League final.
Kharraf is the second game of the
Wow,
group stage.
please.
It's wild, wallah.
Please.
Wild,
Let me
bro.
finish. Let me finish. Because I tell you what, sometimes the coach thinks, okay, these guys played well. Yes, I understand. They came out. But what I'm seeing in training, Nishan Volupele, is that his name?
Yeah, that's his boy from Victories, don't forget.
Yeah, I know that.
But let me
Volupele and Lecky are ripping it up in training. This occasion is perfect for them. Look at the hunger that they're showing. Look at that. Sometimes you gotta throw this away, bro. At the end of the day, some people train badly. Some people maybe, whatever the case may be, those 2 boys that he dropped, scored in the last game, they are at peak performance level. You cannot tell me that they shouldn't start for any reason unless they can't walk. They should start.
Yeah,
Ma
wallah.
fi kalam.
I don't know what
And
the
then
reason is.
secondly, how are you disrespecting a team that you watched what they did in the first game?
Yeah.
They toyed.
That
They toyed with
that I
Paraguay.
disagree with.
No,
But I don't think he disrespected them. I think he was actually shitting his pants, bro.
No, Azam,
I thought he was
I tell
so
you what,
scared,
the
wallah. That's
reason
what he
why
was.
I'm saying
No.
we disrespected them, Azam,
Listen.
because against Turkey, we were in a low block. Low block.
Accepted
You
it.
watched that first half.
We accepted it.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
In this first half, we were pressing them all over the pitch like we thought were their equals. We are not their equals. Not with the 11 that he put out.
Because the fact
Guys,
that
If he put out the same 11 as the last game and tried to go punch for punch, I'll be like, you know what? I respect it. At least he thinks we are as good as them. But you know what? He backed us with our strongest 11.
I think I have the reason.
I really want to hear from
Yeah,
Hasib
yeah.
after Abshir. Let Abshir.
Okay, me, number one, I agree with his first point. And second point, which is, like, he disrespected him by, in my opinion, he was experimenting. He's thinking, what can I do for the future of the tournament? I'm already through. It's stupid, it's stupid. But the thing that I don't want us to downplay. I know last time I took the piss out of them saying PEDs, they want some drugs or whatever, but forget that. Like, I actually think Pochettino did a great job. Last game against Paraguay, I played 4-3-3. With full attacking against Paraguay. Australia, he put 3 at the back.
Nah, Abshir.
He put 5 midfield. He put 2 strikers. He goes, the centre backs Australia have, let's drag them out. Pepe and Balogun are taking them out.
He played the same system, Abshir.
Huh?
He played the same system. His system is a 4 that turns into a 3 in build-up. Because Robinson goes high, he becomes the winger,
Yes,
and
okay.
the winger comes inside.
Yes.
And he builds up with a 3.
Okay,
he did
but
the same thing
but there's no
against
winger. There's no
Paraguay.
winger. It was Balogun and Pepe.
No, but they were coming inside. Pepe was coming inside because Robinson was on the outside.
Okay.
And then that makes it like a 3-4-3 almost.
Yes,
But
I think
the third winger is Robinson.
And I
So
couldn't-
it's the same system,
Yes.
and that's why I'm saying Australia should have seen it. It's an aggressive system.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to press against it everywhere when you haven't put out your strongest 11?
Wallah, Abdullah is saying all this terminology, but wallah azim, someone that even doesn't understand football,
Would say bad system, bad
no,
choice.
could just like
why are those 2 niggas missing?
no Azam. It's the no wallah azim. It's the structure he's talking about. Like even if you don't know football, that shit's so obvious, bro.
Yeah.
If you've got a team that's attacking well, pretty much in summary, if a team that's attacking well, and you don't have the quality of players on the pitch as good as that team, you don't go ahead full press, bro. You just get broken up a lot. It's that simple.
Can we talk
Doesn't
about
make
positives
sense,
right
bro.
now?
One sec,
Let's
one
hear
sec.
from Hasib.
One sec.
Yeah.
Hasib, we gotta get you into this, bro. We haven't heard you say anything about Australia. What did you have to say about this game?
I agree with everything what Abdullah said, honestly. Spot on, bro, with everything. I think very naive from Popovic. I think he was overthinking, and he thought, like, because of the build up to the game was so so massive that I felt like, the advice was, the sort of amp up to the game. I think the players took it the wrong way. I think Matthew Leckie and Velopelle should have never started. I think Abdullah's right. Irakunda and Conor Metcalf should have started 110%. I think the way that the entire game, you can talk about the structure all you want, but I think in terms of the pace, in terms of passing abilities, in terms of our defensive shape, it was all a mess. We were always a step behind against USA, and that's kudos to USA and kudos to Poch, the way they set up that USA team. They absolutely destroyed us with their wing backs. Robinson and Dest had a phenomenal game, in my opinion, and obviously that Freeman, as well as one of the three at the back, I believe, on the right hand side, he did an extremely good job as well. And Balogun was quiet. We kept him quiet. That was fine. But they have so many things in their arsenal that they can sort of hit the teams with, bro. Tyler Adams had a phenomenal game. McKennie had a good game. But I don't know. Everyone's pretty much covered everything. I just want to talk about Christian Volpato, bro. I don't know what you think, Abdullah, but I feel like when it comes to technical ability, when it comes to creativeness in the midfield, and when it comes to that X factor from the midfield, bro, we do not have that at all, bro. Like, if I'm looking at someone to make that threading pass up forward or progress the ball forward to our attackers, because we have the likes of Motore and Irakunda, yeah? There's no point on having these players if they're not going to be able to feed them the ball, to be able to give them the service and sort of move the ball up front so we can sort of create, the kind of overloads that the US did. Now, we have Ocon, we had O'Neill, Velopelle, and Leckie. None of those have the ability to be able to do that. When Christian Volpato came on, whatever, it was against tired legs or whatever, but I think his technical ability, he was the only one that was so comfortable on the ball to be able to progress the ball up forward and to create chances, bro. And I think everything flew through him. And I think he is that X-factor player, like the kinds of Irakunda and Motore that we have up front. I think he's that kind of profile of player that could sort of, make that game changing in the midfield. And I would like to see him start in the last game that we're going to have against.
But from what I know from Popovic, he's absolutely and utterly boiling at the fact that Volpato chose Australia last second.
No, but I think you just got to use him.
Yeah.
You just got to use him. And also,
Metcalf is unbelievable as well.
He came on, but this is the problem. He came on and he was so good. And the real problem is with having Volpato is because the system just doesn't suit a player like him. And this is where do you fit him in? So if we're playing a back five, it's going to turn into a back five because we're not going to have majority of the ball. So it's a 5-4-1. So then where does he play? He can't play in the center of the park because that's a defensive role.
Correct.
He can't play out wide because he's not a wing. He's like an attacking mid. He's going to drift inside. So that
option is not there.
That side is going to be vacated a bit. So what do you do with him? That's where Popovic is going to have to figure it out. And this is why he gets paid the big bucks. Go on, fit him into the team because we need him. We created a lot more chances with him on. And if he's a proper coach and he goes on merit, we shouldn't see Toure back on the team. Because he dropped two stinkers, let's be honest.
Yeah,
we love him. But this is the real problem. I think in the first half, he played him when he shouldn't have played him. In the first game, he played him when he shouldn't have played him because there wasn't enough service. Yeah. And in the second game, he took him off when the service came on in the second half. Once he brought Irakunda on, Volpato on, and Metcalf, and the ball started getting whipped into the box, there was no Toure. It was Irakunda in there.
Him and Yengi should have been there.
It was messy how he managed the whole squad and what he had at what times. It was just all wrong. So if you're going to have Toure or Yengi, make sure you have those service players on. Yeah. Otherwise, don't play them because they're not good enough.
It's like everybody can see it except him. It's like everybody knows
that's what I'm saying.
working.
What does he know that we don't know, wallahi? Wallahi Azim, everybody can see it.
In Papa, I trust.
Wallahi Azim doesn't make sense.
Knockout specialist.
Azam.
Only Australian coach ever to win the Champions League. The Asian Champions League.
Yeah.
You respect Popovic, bro. Calm down. My dog, this guy is 6'5". He's got
Can
double
you stop
hands.
with the 6'5" shit, bro?
No, I'm serious. I know him personally. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I know.
Wallah, I know personally. His hands are this big. His hands are this big, bro. He'll smack you
with this, bro?
He'll smack you, bro. Stop talking. Popovic, I'm sorry. I didn't say anything bad. These guys,
Azam,
bro.
why am I being grabbed? Because
if you're going to bash anybody, it's these two dogs, bro.
I have to listen
Will you
to
play my dog? Bro, like, I'm sorry, but like, it's not looking good.
Go on.
No, but
Let the
Go
boys
on.
play.
Daqiqa, Hasib, go on.
What a mess.
I have a quick question. The final game against Paraguay, do you start Volpato? Considering you look at Paraguay having such a low block, very similar to us, do you reckon like he could be that person that could unlock those defenses as well? I think it's a perfect opportunity, but I don't know what you think.
Same lineup as Turkey.
I would definitely start him, but I think he needs to. Genuinely, this might be a little bit like just of a tactical situation, but the shape just has to be a lot more fluid. So one of those wing backs has to become a winger, and Volpato goes inside in the 10 when we have the ball. So almost like to force him into the middle of the park, one of them has to become a winger, go all the way high, and then build in a 4.
But Boss is already something like that.
So then
you
there's
get Gary Esson to
get
run
him
that.
on the left.
Yeah.
But then where do you take Irakunda? Because that's where Irakunda's best.
I don't know.
He's got to figure that out. But I think Volpato has to play. I don't know if Popovic is gonna go for a draw. Maybe he lines up like he did against Turkey. Yeah. But if he wants to go for it, those boys have to play. All of them have to play. Bro.
Volpato only came on
because we were down.
Yeah, and we were down, and Lecky got injured. Don't forget. Yeah,
he had other
and
options,
I know 100% he's not gonna play any more minutes in this tournament unless it's like a bad situation. But I think same lineup against Turkey, we'll beat Paraguay. We'll go through.
Let's wrap up. We've got a few other games that we have to do, but it's all going to be tomorrow. Inshallah, we'll try to do a remote episode tomorrow. But we want to drop this episode ASAP, so let's wrap it up. Midris, you want to say anything to the Australian fans who are watching this show?
have faith. We've identified a mistake. We'll move on. We'll grow. We'll learn from it, and hopefully, Popovic comes to the realization that it's not a time to start experimenting. Do what we know works, which was against Turkey. Lock our defense.
Eat your Bix.
Yeah.
We'll play on the counter-attack, wallah. End of story, wallah.
You Vegemite?
It's that simple, bro.
Aussie,
Don't try to
Aussie,
experiment, bro.
I think we're still gonna go through. We are
going to go through.
I think we should already be through.
100%.
But yeah, we need to learn from those mistakes for the round of 32 because we should. I hope we need to beat one knockout stage.
Yeah.
Like we've always been. We come out of the group and we get knocked out. This is an extra. It's an extra step now. It's not straight into the round of 16, but round of 32. But we need to win a knockout game.
Yeah,
That's the hope.
Hopefully. Guys, like always, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell. We're trying to post as much as we can, so show us some love. Show Hasib some love. Think Football, fantastic channel. And Hasib will be back with us.
He's a regular now.
Yeah, well, he'll
We
try.
said
He'll
he's
try.
the new Declan Rice on the block.
There you go.
Taking my spot, yeah? And my captaincy. It's not good, man.
Yalla, guys. Take care. Peace.
All my niggas, we intimidated. All my they intimidated. Burn City, we intimidating. Got my young boy, he intimidated. All my shooters, yeah, they really aiming with them cold niggas. We ain't got no patience. Money talks in my conversation. One niggas, they are imitated.
Ask my dogs, we intimidated. Ask my bro, we intimidated. How you poppin', no niggas hating, and I play the hoe to keep it.